Welcome to the Eczema Warrior podcast. I'm your host, Julia Chen. I'm here to help you heal your eczema naturally so you can finally live your best damn life. Many years ago in my own eczema healing journey, I was stuck and confused on how to heal my skin. Fast forward to today, after many lessons learned and lots of trial and error, I'm now living my best life and traveling the world with clearer skin. If you're an eczema or TSW warrior who desires a life of food freedom and is wanting to heal your skin without steroids while using mindset and manifestation as a tool, you're in the right place. Now let's get into it. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Eczema Warrior podcast. I'm actually recording today's podcast episode in a completely new environment. For those of you who don't know, I've been living in Chiang Mai for the past month, and actually some very exciting news and a quick little life update. I signed a lease. I signed my very first lease in a foreign country since last year, I guess, when I started traveling. I've just been going through so many countries since I started traveling in November, and I realized that I'm ready to just settle down and just chill. Because traveling to different places every month, which is what I've been doing over the past year, it gets really tiring. And even though it's really nice and you get to see all these beautiful countries, it's really hard to get in a routine and it's really hard to make friends that you can hang out with in a city without people leaving. And that's usually kind of like the sad part about traveling is like people are always traveling through countries and you meet people and you develop great relationships and then everyone just leaves. So I've decided to make Chiang Mai my home base for the next few months, and then we'll see how it goes. But I'm super excited because, yeah, it's literally something I've never done before. I mean, the longest lease I signed is like me living in Vancouver, which is where I was basically born and raised. So signing a lease, even though it's like a few months, it's like a big deal to me just because I haven't done that. Like I literally have not done that at all in any of the places that I've traveled through. So I am excited and I can't wait to show you guys this place. It's literally like my dream place. It's cute. It's a good vibe. It has nature around it. It's just such a nice place. And honestly, it's kind of a crazy story because there's literally like barely any apartments left in Chiang Mai that are actually nice. And I got really lucky with this one. And the owners are amazing. So can't wait to share. But besides that, today I actually had quite a chaotic day. I'm actually supposed to be in Vietnam when I'm recording this episode. But what had happened is that I didn't end up getting on my plane because of this visa situation. So ended up having to book a hotel room, stay in Bangkok for the night, and then fly out tomorrow. So anyways, so that's kind of what's been going on. I'm just settling down in Chiang Mai, but I'm actually doing a quick little trip to Vietnam to see a friend. So I'll be there for the week and I can't wait to share with you guys my trip there because I love Vietnamese food and I just can't wait to eat all the food. I can't wait to see my friend and just relax because November has been a wild ride, you guys, emotionally, mentally, physically, just been a lot. Okay, enough about me. Let's get into all about you. We're going to talk about what your symptoms are telling you. So what I mean by this is when it comes to eczema healing, obviously we look at eczema as this physical thing that we see. However, there are actually other systems in your body that we have to look at that tell us a lot. So for example, when I'm seeing my clients, I do a full body assessment. I not only look at their eczema symptoms, but I also look into their digestion, their gut health, their energy levels, and any other symptoms or imbalances that my clients might not be able to identify for themselves. I help them identify. And so in today's episode, I want to talk about not just eczema symptoms, but other symptoms to really look out for and what they are actually telling you. Because when you're experiencing symptoms, I actually think of it as a good thing rather than a bad thing. Because when you're experiencing symptoms, it's basically your body just trying to communicate with you and let you know that there's some kind of imbalance, there's some kind of problem that you want to address and fix, likely related to a root cause. And so oftentimes when we experience these symptoms, we tend to get really frustrated and we might even get angry and annoyed about, why are these symptoms coming up? But it actually is kind of like a perspective shift and like a mindset thing where instead of getting upset about these symptoms, let's look deeper and let's actually evaluate and assess, okay, what's going on? Like, why is your body experiencing the symptoms and what does it tell you? Because symptoms that you experience that are not normal are really good indicators of your overall health. So, for example, if you're someone who is experiencing gut symptoms like bloating, gas, constipation, pain in the stomach, feeling full really easily, or just not digesting very well, those are signs and symptoms that your digestion might not be the greatest. But that's okay, right? Nobody has a healthy body all the time, but by looking into your gut health and looking into your gut symptoms can tell us a lot as for what to work on. So if you're experiencing bloating, for example, and you notice it with certain foods or you notice it after certain meals, then that could be a sign for you to look deeper into the foods that you're eating, your habits when you're eating as well, because that can impact bloating. If you're someone who experiences constipation, which means that you're not going to the toilet every day and you're not having regular bowel movements, that could be linked to so many factors, but that can encourage you to think about, okay, am I not eating enough fiber? Am I not drinking enough water? Have I been stressed lately? So having these gut symptoms can tell you what could potentially to work on. And I know sometimes that can get confusing too, because not knowing why these symptoms come up can be a problem and can be confusing. But you can always start with looking at your overall lifestyle, looking at your diet, and making some simple tweaks to that. So that's an example of experiencing some gut symptoms to look into. The other symptoms that can come up when your body's imbalanced or when you are having eczema flares are, for example, nutrient deficiencies or stress that can cause fatigue. So fatigue is actually it's a very common symptom. A lot of people have it. It's so common that it's like normalized, which it shouldn't be, because a typical healthy body and a healthy person should have good energy levels and should wake up feeling rested. However, a lot of clients that I've worked with, eczema or not, will experience fatigue and have no idea why they're fatigued, even though they sleep 8 hours, even though, they're eating proper meals. And this is why we want to look into other symptoms that might impact fatigue. For example, I guess stress isn't really a symptom, but it's more like a cause. But like looking into your stress levels, are you someone who is chronically stressed and you don't acknowledge that you're more of a stress-prone person? Or maybe you have nutrient deficiencies that you're unaware of. For example, certain nutrients can cause fatigue if you're low in iron, if you're low in B12, if you're low in vitamin D. So those are the nutrients I always get my clients to check in their blood work, because a lot of women actually are low in iron. And so when you're low in iron and you're low in B12 and also you're low in vitamin D, then that can also cause fatigue as well. But fatigue can also be caused by gut problems too. So if you have gut dysbiosis going on, which is an imbalance of bad and good bacteria, where you have more of the bad bacteria going on, then that can also cause symptoms of fatigue as well. So those are just some examples of what to look out for beyond the skin that can tell us what to focus on and tell you what to focus on as well. And then at the same time, when you focus on those things, this is when your eczema is going to heal as well, because everything is connected, right? The systems in your body and the organs in your body are not separate things. And that's a problem when it comes to the medical system. They treat each organ separately. Like, when you have heart problems, we'll give you medication to help with your blood pressure, right? If you have eczema, we'll give you a steroid to put on your skin to heal the symptoms, right? If you have a headache, they'll give you painkillers to take, but it doesn't make sense because those are just band-aid solutions and it's not getting to the root of why you're developing those symptoms. So that's why when I'm assessing my clients, I'm looking at the whole picture. I'm looking at digestion, looking at skin, looking at energy levels, looking at hormones, looking at other symptoms like headaches or joint pain, or even mood and depression. Like that is also very linked to gut health as well. So this is really important when it comes to holistic healing, is looking at the bigger picture rather than just looking at like one thing through a little microscope, if that makes sense. And so my recommendation to you, my tip for you, if you're someone who's listening and you're experiencing some of these symptoms, or maybe even all of them, is to look at them as a way of assessing where your health is at. And if you have a lot of these symptoms, then that is a sign for you to maybe ask for help, go look for a practitioner who can help you with these symptoms and look at the root causes. That's what I do in my practice. I help people with their root causes when it comes to their eczema, but I've also been working with clients who have hormonal imbalance and also gut issues as well. So I could also help you with that. And then from there, once you understand what's going on and why you have these symptoms, that's when you can start to heal your symptoms, whether through diet or supplements or just simply making changes to your lifestyle. And then over time, when you make these changes, then you're going to notice these symptoms improving. And the beautiful thing about healing symptoms and healing your root causes is when you heal one symptom and another, everything else heals as well. Because it makes sense, right? Your body's all connected. Your organs are connected and they communicate with each other all the time. And so when you heal one organ, which is, let's just say your gut, or you're healing your skin, you're going to notice that they all work simultaneously together, and one thing heals and the other thing will heal as well. And this is why I love coaching my clients and helping them heal their eczema, because not only is their eczema healing, but they also feel more energized. They don't have gut symptoms. They sleep better. Their mood is better, and they just feel like a different person. So that is what happens when you're able to heal your body inside out, and you're aware of your symptoms, and you work and you understand where they're coming from, and then start focusing on healing your body through the right approach, which means diets that aren't restrictive, diets that actually make you feel good, proper supplementation, and also a lifestyle that is balanced. So that's what I have for today's episode, just sharing with you some other symptoms to consider that you might be experiencing and what they are telling you. It's not a bad thing. It's just your body trying to communicate with you, and take those symptoms as a way to understand what to focus on when it comes to your health. And it's not just about eczema. It's not just about the skin. It's about every other part of your body that is also trying to heal itself, and is just being more mindful and aware of those symptoms and having a plan to address it. And if you need help with that, then that's what I do inside Clear Your Eczema. I help my clients with all of these things and would love to work with you and help you with your journey with healing your body and mindset, manifestation, all the things that I love talking about as well. And if you want to work with me, you can go to the show notes below. That's where you can apply for a Clear Eczema. And if you love this episode, don't forget to leave us a rating and review on Apple iTunes. Send a screenshot to hello@juliachen.ca, and you will receive a free eczema visualization to help you with your healing. And hope you enjoy the rest of your evening or morning, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Now, before I let you go, I want to let you know I have this amazing eczema visualization. This visualization has helped me so much when it comes to manifesting eczema healing, healing flares faster than I could ever imagine, reducing the itch, and just feeling great in my body. This is the exact same visualization I use for my own healing as well as my clients' healing as well. And if you want to receive this visualization, then all you have to do is leave us a review and tell us what you think about the podcast, screenshot it, send it to your email at hello@juliachen.ca, and you will receive the visualization to your inbox. I look forward to seeing your review, and we will see you in the next episode.